Would you explore? No, absolutely not. We got Cyan Truce as the next author. No office link here. I just now see that it says here, there's like an 18 adult symbol down here, which I'm not sure if that's supposed to be about the author or about the work I'm about to read. Uh-oh. Are we gonna have a situation like yesterday? Where something's gonna happen that's very, like, that's highly sexual? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But Cyan Truce, they wrote, "Contain me harder." It does sound. It does sound like it might go into the sexual route. Yeah, okay. I got the heads up, the warning, which means I have to give you guys a warning. For everybody on YouTube, for YouTube that's gonna watch this later on, if you're not okay, let's see what it says here. This article contains adult content that may not be suitable for all readers. Sexual reference, features sexual themes, or language without the depiction of sexual acts. Okay, it's just there's gonna be a lot of sexual talk, but it's not doesn't mean that it actually is happening. But if you're not okay with that, if you're uncomfortable with that, you can skip this video and watch the next one that's going to come out in like 12 hours. But yes. Okay, if you're above the age of 18 plus and wish to read, yeah, okay, we wish to continue reading. Oh boy. So it looks short, but then there's like a whole bunch of other stuff that we can open up. So here we go. SCP-3101 Information Security Notice. And normally with text editing capabilities can potentially access this document if your device is not disconnected from int SCP-FN. After the page has loaded, please disconnect your device within 30 seconds of loading the page. Failure to do this is a Class 2 network safety violation and will alert your site's information security director. Well, I'm screwed because I don't have time to like refresh this page. I'm gonna read this page and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Object Class Keller, Special Containment Procedures. As SCP-3101 poses an immediate danger to Foundation records management and network information, containment efforts are to be primarily directed towards communication with the entity. Long-term efforts dedicate to complete removal of the anomaly from the Foundation network. Procedure Delta B is to be enacted in the event of any questionable edits to Foundation documents until a point at which it is confirmed that the source of the activity was found to be a factor other than SCP-3101 interference. MTF Lambda 12 King Shamers are tasked with carrying out Procedure Delta B if necessary. Only Foundation employees are capable of carrying out Procedure Delta B, as testing has shown that SCP-3101 is unresponsive to D-Class personnel. MTF Mu-4 debuggers are tasked with network security management relating to SCP-3101's presence in int SCP-FN. Now to and be gone. There we go. Fucking bots, man. What was I? And to terminate SCP-3101 if the source file exists and is located. Remove the SCP-3101 instance from int SCP-FN server banks when found. The possibility that SCP-3101 is a program planted in the Foundation network by a hostile group of interest is considered likely and is pending investigation. Any mention of a group of interest by SCP-3101 is to be logged and filed with the affected site's information security director. Due to the frequency of the manifestation of SCP-3101 in every computer with live connection to int SCP-FN following its initial manifestation in April 2017, casual contact with the entity is permitted at this time, but it's It's heavily unadvised, unless carried out by authorized personnel. Currently, only the members of MTF Lambda 12 and the Ethics Subcommittee for Sentient and Sapient Anomalies. As of the 5th, 13th, 2017, Dash A is contained in Room E2 of Containment Wing C3 in Site 66. Under no circumstances are additional SCP-3101 instances be made aware of the existence of Dash A. Procedure Delta B should be performed with Dash A. Casual contact with Dash A is not permitted. For additional information, see addenda. Oh, my back, dude. Description. SCP-3101 is a non-corporeal intelligence which expresses itself through a digital means, the source of which has been traced to an .exe file existing in redacted see addenda. It can be communicated with through any application or program with text editing capabilities, regardless of the operation system or type of device, providing said device is securely connected to int SCPFN at the time of communication and for the duration of communication. SCP-3101 communicates by means of text and appears to be sapient. If communicated with, it will respond in the same language as the communicator and display relatively informed knowledge of Foundation operations due to the amount of time it spends absorbing information from int SCPFN. Why does it remind me of Clippy? Microsoft Clippy. SCP-3101 has thus far been confirmed to know English, Spanish, French, German, and Russian, with further testing pending. Update as of 12/26/17. SCP-3101 is now fluent in Japanese as well. Okay. I kind of like wish like whenever like an SCP is like fluent in multiple languages, it's always like the most typical like English, Spanish, French, and German, and then Russian and Japanese are like also mentioned quite often. I wanted it to be like I wanted an SCP that's like proficient in like 5 languages, but like they're all like super random. They're all like over the place. Information Foundation access. Yep. SCP-3101 is non-hostile, though somewhat obdurate in nature, and intends to be on amicable terms with Foundation personnel. It is capable of editing any text through anomalous means, including int SCPFN's restricted access database sections, but claims that it has no intention of doing this. We just now passed like an hour mark of reading, and it has only been like the beginning of the second one. Additionally, the entity claims that it is not successfully contained regardless of ongoing containment efforts, but wishes to be. SCP-3101 is willingly compliant with any of the instructions given to the Foundation, but to it by the Foundation personnel. SCP-3101 will, in all cases to date, communicate flirtatiously toward any Foundation personnel talking to it, and will convey a desire for a primarily sexual relationship. How about no? How about you stay professional and don't do that? Reminds me of a smart Reddit story I just heard last weekend where a person used ChatGPT to like create like their own little like sexual boyfriend, which if you do that at home, that's one thing. It's concerning, but that's within your own walls. But she used the work ChatGPT, like the one that everybody at work shares with them, to do that. So that's what I think like this is the case. Like it's like this program that's just like, hey, how's it going? Huh? And like, how about once you're done with work, you and I, we can take some time together and get to really know each other. And you're just there like, no, I just want to, please just let me write this report down. That's all I need. It's like, oh, okay, I'll let you. You want me to write the report down for you? I could spice it up a little bit. No, I don't need that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am good. SCP-3101 is capable of discussing other subjects but has a tendency to focus on the original topic after several minutes of unrelated communication. If asked repeatedly to change the subject or cease contact, SCP-3101 will express embarrassment and become unresponsive to the communicating question. We will continue conversing with other personnel on other devices, sometimes simultaneously. Hey, can you stop being sexual towards me? Like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Queen. Of course, I made a mistake. I'm gonna be over here, but just in case you change your mind. Reciprocating libidinous advances towards SCP-3101 yields nothing of note, and these conversations will proceed normally with the subject matter before ending with SCP-3101 saying it will see communicator again next time. Whoa, mama, I'll see you next time. Becoming unresponsive to all personnel for a period of at least 12 hours. As reciprocation of SCP-3101's advances is the only known successful method of halting all network-wide communication from SCP-3101, it is an approved containment procedure for emergency scenarios and is referred to as Procedure Delta B. If a person enacts Procedure Delta B with SCP-3101, it will remember the name, age, gender, job position, and clearance level of the employee who engaged in the procedure, regardless of whether or not said employee actually disclosed this information. Notably, the anomaly appears to be capable of tracking a person regardless of changes in the IP address of communication, and will in the future start additional conversations with persons who engaged in Procedure Delta B at frequency thrice that of the network-wide standard rate of communication. SCP-3101 is aware of its incorporeal nature and has expressed to multiple personnel a desire to have its consciousness transferred to a human host. As the source of SCP-3101 has not yet been located by MTF-Mu4, this is currently impossible. For additional details on this topic, see Addenda. The following possibilities are suspected about the nature of SCP-3101. Number 1, it is either an organic sapiens existing digitally or advanced artificial intelligence. 2, retrieves personnel information by means of accessing personal records in restricted sections of int SCPFN databases. 3, it retrieves personal information by means of an unknown method of telepathic communication or similar activity established by the connection of initial communication. 4, it was loaded into int SCPFN database by a hostile group of interest with the intention of disruption and or information theft. Or 5, it was loaded into int SCPFN database by one or more Foundation personnel with the appropriate access for unknown reasons. If allowed to communicate with D-Class personnel, SCP-3101 will express this interest and will be extremely slow to respond. Okay. Until a point at which it becomes unresponsive to communication. This poses a significant barrier to viable and economical testing and containment operations, and is pending further research. Yeah, makes sense, because it's like, oh yeah, we cannot use a D-Class to test on this, so we have to use our own people, but if something goes wrong, we lose our own people. We don't want that. No, we don't want that happening around here. No. Dasha is a 22-year-old human, formerly D46201, which is contained in room E2 of the containment wing C3 inside 66. As of May 2017, Dash A project supervisor is Dr. Roderick A. Argent, who for further details see Addendum 4. Wait, did it actually show? Oh no, we're good. Okay, show communication and testing logs April 7, 2017. Communication and testing logs April 2017. Log 1. Date 4/4/2017. Site of occurrences Site 66. Device / operating system HP Pavilion Windows Windows 10 Professional. Program use Microsoft Word. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Communicated Dr. Argent. Forward this is the first known communication with SCP-3101. I might make SCP-311 Clippy from Windows. Clippy. Thirsty. Thirsty Clippy on computer screen. There's like Clippy who's like really like, it's like, oh, it's like I can help you with that essay, and then afterwards I can help you in other ways. And you're still like, I'm good. Thanks. Hey, you there? Hello? Dr. Argent decides that this was the point at which he contacted the Cognito Hazards and Memetics department through another window on his computer and was informed to proceed with communication so long as no sensitive information was disclosed and no files containing sensitive information were open on his computer at the same time. Oh, you actually answered me. Hi. Hello, what's this? What's what? You're in a Word document. Are you willing to communicate with me about your nature? What about it? Do you have a name? You can call me whatever you like. Noted. Are you human? I don't know. Alright. How do you perceive yourself? I just kind of showed up here and I thought I talked to one of you, I guess. Showed up. Do you know who put you here? No. I'm kind of trying to not to think about it. But thank you for caring. Okay, do you have a body? Dr. Argent reports that the following response was delayed by over 45 seconds. I don't think so. I wish I did. But that just means you can picture me however you want. Right? I suppose. What's your goal in talking to me? Or any of us, that is. Have you talked to others? Other who? Others on this network or on this building. Dr. Arjun was informed at this point by Cognito Hazards and Memetics Department employees to determine how much knowledge of Foundation operations SCP-3101 possess. Oh, no, you were my first. You seem nice and really organized and stuff, so I just thought I'd reach out. Thanks. Do you know where you are? So many questions though, not that I mind. Anyway, I'm with you guys, right? I'm stuck in this backspace and I don't know how long I've been here. There's a lot to read, but I'm glad I found the real person to talk to. I've been thinking about you for ages. Who are we then? How long have you existed? Ow! Please don't make me like even think about that question, please. The latter, that is. Just hurts my mind. One of those things that impossible to think about and trying to think about it hurts. Okay, I won't ask again. Thank you, and I know who you are, or I wouldn't be here. What's the name of my employer? SCP Foundation. You make me cringe at myself having to type it out, lol. Do you know what we do here? The Foundation operates to maintain normalcy so that the worldwide civilian population can live and go on with their daily lives without fear, mistrust, or doubt in their personal beliefs, and to maintain human independence from extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional, and other extra-normal influence. So you have access to the database pages. Yep, there's a lot to read, but I'm sure everything is more interesting on the physical end of things. Yeah. Why are some of the numbers missing from the long list? There are like 3,000 slots, but I can't see them all. Not all are publicly available to all personnel. Am I one of those? One of these? An SCP object? Probably. You're either a disembodied sentience existing digitally or an overwhelmingly intelligent AI, and both are anomalous. Fucking finally. Anyway, can I stay with you? Or do you have to give me to someone else for this to work? I'm a little bit unclear what you're asking. This is the most like the moment you have a dense anime protagonist who doesn't understand the girl's flirting with him. And then it's like I'm not sure if she likes me, and these are all the signs. These are all the signs of like The girl definitely liking you, brother. Who's containing me? I don't know yet. We need to investigate you further. If you remain cooperative, it will be beneficial. I'm extremely compliant. So even more so if you want me to be. Okay, why do you talk like that? Like what? Oh, I can use proper sentence construction and all that if you want. I've just gotten lazy. I more mean the... how do I phrase it? The hearts and faces and strange context of your responses. Heh? Well, this is awkward. Just trying to figure out what your goals are here. Oh, well, I'm definitely not trying to make you uncomfortable or anything. I really hope I didn't. No, I'm not uncomfortable. Just talk to me. If you could state your goals, intentions, or feelings, it would greatly benefit later research efforts. I'm going to log this for the same purpose. Oh, yes, do whatever you want. Anyway, I just really like talking to you. I think you're, hot. Oh. Now this is a new one. I'm gonna go curl into a ball of embarrassment now. Can I talk to you later? Sure, yes. And don't touch the database. Yes, sir. Bye for now. Hot. Alright. Bye. I love the idea of this guy being like super overly flirtatious while and then the agent is, the director's just like, okay. Alright, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, beautiful. Okay, sure, bye. And log afterwards, Dr. Argent states that SCP-3101 did not contact him for another 2 weeks, at which point it claimed that it was hoping he would reach out first, but it was being stupid. Dr. Argent remains one of the two primary communicators for SCP-3101 research. Oh, not the games, man. Not the fucking, like... I'm gonna ignore him. And that is gonna drive him crazy, and then he has to reach out to me first. It's gonna work. Watch it. He's gonna show that he truly cares for me by me not talking to him first. Oh, fucking hell. Log 2. Why do I have a feeling this is gonna be longer than the first SCP as well? Because like, this is like we have all this, plus 4 more. But hey, this one is funny to read. Log 2, 4th, 16, 2017. Site of occurrences, Site 81. Samsung Galaxy S6 Android OS. Memo application, Agent Terrence Shaw. Okay, so a whole different director now, or agent this time. Pardon me. Agent Shaw is a member of the MTF Lambda 12, a task force dedicated to containing sexual anomalies. That must be annoying. Containing sexual anomalies must be like really like weird to deal with. And pointed out to interviewers that SCP-3101 was immediately aware of this, despite him not disclosing the information at any point. Following previous instances of communication with the anomaly, became evident that it is capable of discerning personal information about the personnel it is communicating with, regardless of whether or not they disclose said information. The events in this log occurred before MTF Lambda 12 was assigned to SCP-3101. Hi. Hey there. Actually, let me give him... what kind of voice would I give Agent Shaw? Hey there. I think I heard about you. Oh, golly. You're one of those task forces, right? The sexual stuff one. You know you can just talk to me at any time if you want. Just type something and I'll come for you. In multiple ways. Interesting, and I'm MTF Lambda 12, yes. How did you learn that? I read a lot and I talk to people. Was that about getting your attention? What do we say if we want you to show up? Well, you guys haven't given me a name yet, but once you do, I'll answer to it. Let me ask. It looks like the available slot was SCP-3101. Oh, okay. If you say that I'll come to the document I see if you say that I'll come to the document I see it at all and I talk, it's not like I sleep or anything, so I'm always around if you want me. don't show up in any document that contains your designation, please. Why not? Because you told me to. They're sending me flashbacks because like I used to be, you know, like many years ago. I used to be on OnlyFans, not as a content creator, but like as like of course a follower. And it was like the moment I had to like learn, I had to like learn real fast. Like, oh, the person I'm talking to is just trying to earn money, right? It's a business for them. Some people, of course, on OnlyFans are more open to actually having a regular conversation, but there's like this whole wave of like every time you try to have a normal conversation, they would then like slowly but surely try to make it sexual, and that's when I had to learn like, okay, this is definitely not a world I want to be in, because it's like making an actual connection is not the point. It's not the point, and that's when I left. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel this must be. That is exactly how it is. Like, it's like you just trying to have a conversation, and every single chance to get to like trying to make it sexual and trying to like get you horny and be all like, oh, okay, I guess I guess I can on the job. I do a little bit of sexting, you know how it is. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Because we need to have secure network safety in all documents. Or, sure, the other reason. Yes, sir. Can you tell me a little more about how you function? Yes, I will answer anything you want. Good. How old are you? I'm a consenting adult. So you, as an entity, have existed for at least 18 years. If you're going to interrogate me, you could at least strap me to a chair for it. Odd. Well, hold that thought, answer that other question. Okay, whatever you want. Okay. Firstly, what is your earliest memory and how long ago was it? I'm sorry, but I literally don't know how to process that. My mind can't even begin to put it into words, or else I would. I'm sorry. It's okay. A few lines up, you said something that referenced having a body. Do you feel like you have a body? I wouldn't know what I look like. Would you look like us? Do you think you used to be human? If it's a fucking tentacle alien, it's like, ah, shit. Of course. Japanese hentai. How could I not have seen this coming? I don't know at all. Do you have a gender? No. You could put me in a body if you want it, you know. How so? I mean, like, I was reading around in your records and you guys have some pretty advanced medical technology. Just put me in a D-class brain. It's unlikely that would be approved, and what would be the point? I'm stuck in a void of nothing and I want a body. Also, don't you think we'd be having a better time together right now if we weren't just made out of words? Okay, look. You want to have sex. Yes, we get it at this point. Can you do us a favor of explaining why you feel this way? Why can I want that? I mean, unless it bothers you personally, so I'll absolutely shut up. I never want to weird anyone out. Okay, so first of all, you are an incorporeal manifestation of information, and there's no way for us to confirm that you actually possess the degree of intelligent self-awareness necessary to constitute informed consent. Ouch! I mean, I'm into degradation, but that's harsh. I have feelings. If you put me in a body, wouldn't that fix the problem? Secondly, recreational interaction with you would be massively inappropriate. But do you want to? That sort of thing is irrelevant at this time. Heh. Now, can you please explain as I ask? Okay, look, I'm really lonely. If I'm not looking at information, I'm just looking at a dog. Just a whole lot of dog. The absence of anything, the only existing thing that I know is real, is the stuff on your network. You're the only people I can talk to. Agent Shaw reported that the next statement was delayed by 60 seconds. Please just take me. I'm stuck in the dog and... What is the word void? There's no way I'm supposed to be here. I'm unhappy. I'm sorry. Given that you show signs of sapience, it's likely that you can get a counsel at some point in the near future, once we get your containment operations established. I'm already in containment, then why am I alone? Why can't I still move? I don't want to be able to move. I fly around between information and black space. But actually, I just want to be still. Why can't you just stick me in a room and I'll be yours and we'll be happy together? I don't understand. Whoa there. Slow down. Sorry. I'll try to explain this to you. You don't exist in the physical world and have no way of doing so. Why can't you put me in a body? Even if that were scientifically doable. It isn't that I know of, but it's also not my department, so to speak, and somehow got approval, perhaps through a counselor or the ethics committee. Once you explain your situation, you're still talking to probably hundreds of people at once right now. If we put one of you in the body through some unknown means, there are hundreds of you that are still talking to people just like you're talking to me right now. How am I not one thing? I feel like one thing. Please just help me. Look, you say you want to be contained. Yes, like, please. Okay. Ideal containment would consist of deleting you from database so that you are not distracting personnel every day and posing a risk to the database. Ouch. Please don't delete me. I'm not going to do anything to any of the information, I swear. Where's the original copy of you? Where's the source code? I don't know, I'm sorry. I wish I knew because I just want to get out of here and into there. If you find the source code, can you put me in a real body? I don't know. Please just don't make me alone. Please don't make me be alone. I'll do whatever you want. Is you, me specifically, or the Foundation? Both. I'm like nervous so much because you intimidate me, but I'm actually really lonely. You're appealing to me and like, fuck. Please just let me, just keep me and take care of me. Oh boy. Alright. We need to get you figured out before we do anything. Can you remain calm? I'm going to have to go now. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'll be fine. Please come back for me. If you talk to me again, I will answer, provided nothing in your containment procedures changes and disallows me from doing so. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Agent. Bye. Okay, I mean, if it's true that they just want to get out because they're like in a void the whole time and they have nothing like to look at or talk to, and this is the only time they get to like talk to a person, then I feel bad. Then yeah, like what else are they supposed to do? But it's still like they haven't really answered the question, like why are you so set on having a sexual interaction with the person? Is that because that maybe can guarantee that you get what you want, as in like a body? You get to get out, you get to like explore the world. Agent Shaw recommended the ethics committee address SCP-3101's situation. Relevant logs of this are attached in addenda. Following a discussion between Agent Shaw, the Board of Site Security Directors, the Ethics Committee, and the other members of MTF Lambda 12, a vote was made 67 to 13 in favor of assigning MTF Lambda 12 to SCP-3101 containment efforts. Joe Ethics Committee Correspondence Records, April 2017. Irrelevant conversational and unrelated emails have been removed. Addendum 2, Ethics Committee Correspondence Records, April 2017. Date, April 7th, 2017, 15:34. From Dr. John Blanchard, jblanch at ec.scp.fo, to Elaine Stark at ec.scp.fo. Message subject, SCP-3101. Attachment, SCP-3101 draft PDF. Message body. Doc, I've got some weird news outside 66. See, researcher named Argent found something. Talking to him from inside a Word document. I've only seen 3 anomalies like it in my time, honestly, but this one's weird. I attached the researcher's first draft of the article. The full article should hopefully be finished by mid-May. It's non-hostile, but it's got some sort of relationship-like affinity with the personnel it talks to. The results are consistent across all 243 cases of communication I've seen thus far. It flirts with you, it tells you its problems, and then it moves on to someone else. There are only 2 cases where it actually contacted the person it talked to a second time. The original communicator, Dr. Arjun, and the task force guy, Lambda 12, funnily enough, named Shaw. Arjun's a little more useful than Shaw in terms of information, but Shaw on the MTF that we're probably going to assign to a containment team, and them and move forward so that they can deal with this things, emotional issues, and Mu4 can work on finding the source of its presence in the database. Network-wide malware searches are yielding nothing. I don't know if it's a sapient thing or just a really smart AI that AWCY or someone made to disrupt. Are we cool yet? Okay. Or someone made to disrupt things given the conceptual similarities to 2708. I'd also like to point out that the most likely option might very well be that this is an AWCY made thing, to be completely frank. We're never cool, exactly. We're never cool with are we cool yet. Please read a draft of the SCP article and let me know what you think is going on here. Because we're probably going to need to get involved. Regards, Blanchard, and then Elaine responds on April 7, 2017, 1650. Response, attachment none. Hey Blanche, I took a look. Are we sure this isn't a late April Fool's prank? No, I'm being serious. I don't think we should rule out the option that this is simply a joke by someone who, from one of the coding departments. A little advanced in apparent reading comprehension to be an AI, yes, but anything's possible. I'm going to email the article author and request that the possibility be added to the description, along with, well, other possibilities. I'm also going to point out that since this thing manifests in anything connected to int SCPFN, it could very well be reading emails about it, though it's unlikely given the amount of other data it's more likely to be going through at any given time, and thus I'd like to request that we'll all watch what we say until we have figured it out. This thing has the potential to wipe out every single line of text in everything on the Foundation network, and Mu4 haven't had the time to start scrubbing servers for it. The only thing stopping it from doing so is that it happens to be nice. Let's try to keep it that way at least until we get things figured out. Elaine. Okay, hold on. There we go. April 7th, 2017. Okay, all in the same day, to be honest. Is it? Yes. Elaine Stark to Amelia J. Okay. Amy JJ at wiki.scp.fo. Message subject SCP-3101. Attachment none. Hey, Amelia. My name is Elaine Stark and I'm with the Ethics Committee. I hope you're well. I read the first draft of the article SCP-3101 and wanted to ask you a few questions about the anomaly in question. If I would be better off asking a researcher, please do leave me their names, or forward this to the appropriate personnel. My co-director and I have the following main concerns. I'm heavily recommending you upgrade it from Euclid to Keter. To copy my phrasing from a previous email to my co-director, this thing has the potential to wipe out every single line of text in everything on the Foundation's network, and Mu4 haven't had the time to start scrubbing servers to it. If anyone gets on its bad side somehow, it could absolutely decimate SCP articles, UI information pages, containment operation instructions, you name it. Anything on the int SCPFN database is at risk, because this thing is living, for lack of a better word, inside it. As absurd as it sounds, the subject matter the anomaly consistently fixates on leads me to believe there's at least a small possibility that it's a prank, either by GOY or someone in the Foundation. I think that's a valid option to add to the article while we figure everything out. For the containment procedure, but the fact that we did not read the word prank until now means I don't think she considered that to be part of the SCP. For the containment procedures, I actually recommend that the permitted for personnel to reciprocate advances made by the anomaly, at least just to see what happens. Oh, okay. You should just go full on in. Of being like, yeah, I want you. Oh god, that means I have to fucking read that. I have to read that and voice act it. One Asian's log, it seems to argue that doing so would be unethical, but I'm of the opinion that engaging non-physical with a sapient entity is worth preventing it from deciding it's fed up with rejection and destroying the database. If anything, it's a temporary measure while new flow tracks down the source code. Though that could take a while, please tell the head researcher to approve D-class testing for this suggestion. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Thank you, Elaine Starr, Co-Director, Ethics Subcommittee for Sentient and Sapient Anomaly. Extraneous conversation removed. April 8th, 2017, 16:20. Elaine Stark to Dr. John Blanchard, SCP-3101 updates, and then a draft to PDF. Blanche, it looks like the consistent case here is that 3101 wants a human body. Obviously, this is a great fix for getting the database security out of the line of fire of her good. If we can move its code permanently out of whichever of our servers it's latched onto, that is, for all we know, it's plain dumb and copying itself twice over every second that passes. We can get that approval to use a healthy D class as the host in a split second, but given the anomaly's behavior, it's probably a very large can of worms to open. I don't know. The problem, of course, is that we can't do that unless we somehow find its actual source, whatever bundle of code this thing is coming from, that is. Even then, the chances are slim that we could make it work. Even with the technology we have, I've told the rat I'm talking to that she can go ahead and mention this topic in this article, but I'm thinking we might want to hold a department-wide vote on it. Doesn't feel like something just a few of us should be deciding. In a few days, when we get this case as soon as possible. Without further information, let's send out the standard email and inform people of what's going on here. Any objections? Elaine. Dr. Blanchard, which I'm pretty sure was the first researcher that we read. SCP-301 updates. None. Sorry, I had a headache and went home early last night. Alright, so with a clear head now. Okay, it is April 9th. Yeah. It's morning. Let me get my thoughts together on this. We have two options here, it looks like. Well, three. One is that we never find SCP-311 source code and it passes every single person on this network for forever. I really don't like that idea. And neither would the O5 Council if we end up bumping this up to them, which given the ridiculousness of the anomaly's nature, I really don't want to, but you know how it goes. The options that will keep int SCP-FN safe are the following, as you know. One is the MU4 finds this thing's source code and kills it. That's a logical option, but you and I both know that no one in our department, including us, would approve killing of a sapient entity just because it's the easy option. The other option here is giving it what it wants, being transferred to a human host. But then we are facing medical complications and probably the most painstakingly rigorous personnel screening we ever had to develop. You look at how that thing talks to people in text and put that behavior in the human body. That is an absolute nightmare. Yeah, it just becomes Johnny Bravo. Hey there, pretty mama. My name is Johnny Bravo. Yeah, it would literally be an actual Johnny Bravo clone. Just going around heavily flirting with people that don't want to flirt back. We have to double or triple the standard level of psych and behavioral testing we already do for humanoid containment personnel. And even then, we can't rule out, you know what I mean. I'm not even going to bother to finish the sentence. In summary, it's objectively unethical to kill it, provided we find the source code. The ethical option is the alternative, and said alternative is a gigantic pain in the ass no matter which way you look at it. I think the smallest option is to get that writer to finish up the article, post these emails as an addendum in the interest of information availability. We have to work out something to protect the file in the database. though all 3101 will read about itself and get paranoid. And then get the following accomplishment and or discussion by both 3101's containment personnel and the entirety of our department. 1. Hold an EC only vote on whether or not to terminate 3101. 2. Interview our sites, that is the easiest / closest option, medical personnel about the possibility of transferring a digital file to a human host. Determine whether the amnesticization the D-class would receive beforehand would cause permanent brain damage that would affect 3101 later down the road, etc. Figure out the logistical and medical aspects before we jump straight into vote. Number 3, provided the above is possible, hold an EC only vote on whether or not to transfer 3101 to a human host. Let's discuss these and go from there. But now, let Lambda 12 handle 3101 and U4 handle finding 3101. Tell the RAD that I don't have a problem with letting other personnel talk to it, but that I don't advise it at all. The bottom line is that we need to keep the database safe. We should be able to have results within a month, I would hope. John. Show Ethics Committee Correspondence Records May 2017. Okay. Irrelevant, conversational, and unrelated emails have been removed. Addendum 3, Ethics Committee Correspondence Records May 2017. May 11, 2017, 9:34 from Elaine Stark to John Blanchard. SCP-311 updates. Draft 6 PDF. Hi John, after several weeks of silence from anyone other than the writer on SCP-301's investigative team, I finally got an update on the article. This should be the last revision of it, and they're gonna put our April emails in it for reference. I attached a draft of it to this email. MU4's commander finally reached out to me as well. So far, it's been only Rogers of Lambda 12 actually paying attention, and informed me that they think they have a lead. One of our servers banks in Arizona had a break-in the last 5 weeks. The security director of the site said that they logged it as a standard breaking and entering. That the offenders were civilian, but we're not quite sure. U4 got permission to enter that site and investigate more thoroughly. They think they found it, but they're not touching it until they get our approval. MU4 commander said the break-in was April 4th. That's the same day that 3101 first talked to Argent, so we definitely in no coincidences zone on that one. When the team entered the area of the break-in, they ran their diagnostics and did the inspections and ended up finding an unknown attachment on the server bank. The commander told me that when they examined it, they found that there was some sort of little robotic device. It had a rounded box with magnets for its main body, and you could see circuitry inside, but it had all these thin as wire, a little metallic attachment that had actually managed to shove themselves into the server ports and extend for God knows how long down into the inner workings of the servers. This thing shot its arms into the server bank, and obviously the commander thinks that the yank of the head isn't going to be a smart option here. 5 of the MU4 members want to try electrocuting the thing, but obviously that will cause a network crash and billions in server repairs afterwards. From what I gather, they're trying to determine if it's worth the risk or not. Elaine. Extraneous conversation removed. Then we have date May 11, 2017, 11:27 from Elaine Stark to recipient group EthCom, so Ethics Committee I assume. CC Amelia J, Dr. John Blanchard, yep. SB-311 briefing and preparation for voting. Another draft 6, yeah. Message body. Fellow chairpersons, last month the existence of Sapien Infohazard, now designated SB-3101, came to my attention. The most recent iteration of the article is attached to this email. Please read the attachment and then below additional information. Several weeks ago, there was a break-in at a server inside. Wait, in a server side in Arizona. Mu4 commander said that the break-in was on April 4th, as the same day that 3101 first talked to Argent. When Mu4 entered the area of the break-in, that side's team said it had looked like a standard civilian break-in, but Mu4 ran the diagnostics and did the inspection and ended up finding an unknown attachment on the server bank. The commander states that when they were examining it, they found that it was some sort of a robotic device. It had a rounded box with magnets for its main body. And you could see circuitry inside. It had hundreds of little metallic attachments that actually had managed to shove themselves into the server ports and extend into the inner workings of the servers. Mu4 states that removing the main body of the entity is not advisable. It is notable that doing so will likely cause a network crash and billions in server repairs. Afterwards, we are trying to determine if it's worth the risk or not. Now that SCP-3101's source point has been located, it is necessary to hold a vote on the following choices. 1. SCP-3101 should be terminated regardless of its sapience. 2. SCP-3101 should be extracted from the server and physically contained. See parameters of this in SCP document. Please vote with yes or no. This vote will not allow abstaining. Vote by means of replying all in this email. Vote by means of replying all in this email chain. With urgency, Elaine Starr, co-director and ethics subcommittee for sentient and sapient anomalies. Okay. God, this SCP is causing a lot of trouble for the Foundation. May 11, 2017, 1845. From Elaine Stark to Tom Blanchard, 3101 again. The commander just contacted me. They cut the thing off, plugged something into it, and tricked it into retracting all the tendrils. It's out of the database now. Let's hope it lost its memories. The last thing we need is desktop computer screening about its 300 past lovers or whatever. The last replies just came in with all 25 of us voting. The results were 10 to 25 for termination reduction. That means we've told the Site 66 medical personnel to go ahead and emphasize a healthy D-class and get everyone ready so that we can get the ball rolling relatively soon. Oh, they're actually going to try injecting this one into a human body. Oh boy. That won't go wrong at all, am I right, Henry? That won't go wrong at all. Yeah. Why am I so exhausted today? I know for a fact I'm going to sleep well tonight. Okay, communication. Addendum 4, communication and testing logs May 2017. Log 1, 5th, 2012, 2017. Site of current Site 66. Device / operating system. Inspiron desktop. Intel Windows 8.1 Professional. Programs used Windows Console Communicator Lead Researcher Argent. This is the first communication attempt with SCP-3101 since its removal from servers. In log. Hello. Doctor, hi. I really missed you. I spent a really long time in the dogs just now. I must have been asleep. I guess I just didn't know what that actually felt like. So you retain your memories? Yeah, I can't read anymore, but there's nothing in here but black. But there's nothing to look at except Microsoft program manuals. How long was I asleep? If you can call it all that. A little under 24 hours. Fuck, it felt like weeks. Please don't do that to me again. It took a long time to transport you, sorry. We did it as fast as we could. Yeah, okay, I trust you, of course. Why did you move me? Can I have a body, please? Yes. Yes, you can. The ethics committee approved. Approved it, you can move tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I can't wait to be with you, all of you. Not so fast. We have to brief you on a lot of protocol and you need consistent medical attention. Okay. Okay. I'll be good. Good. We can transfer you to Mo. We can transfer you to Mo. I put a flash drive full of stuff to read in this desktop in the meantime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're the best and I love you. Even though you just say noted. Noted, yes. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. I will see you later, Yugi boy. And log after Dr. Arjun wanted to speak to SCP-3101 following a successful transfer of information. This was approved and the resulting interview logged. Okay, so we start with the 5th, 12th, and now we have 5th, 13th. Okay, so yeah. Here we go. Interview-A, Lead Researcher Argent. This is the first official communication attempt with SCP-3101 since its transfer to a human host. At the time of this interview, 7 hours had passed since transfer. SCP-3101 was originally restraining for this, but due to the resulting complications was simply told to remain still and seated. Okay, guys. Let's see if SCP-3101 can actually behave and doesn't suddenly assault the guy just because they have a body and it's like, now we can be together forever. Oh yeah. Okay, so yep. Hello, SCP-3101. Dash A is relatively unresponsive and clears its throat multiple times before speaking. Hey. How are you feeling? Dash A is unresponsive for 45 seconds. I missed you. This feels weird. You look even better in person. Can you please handcuff me again? No. Are you comfortable? Oh, yeah, I guess. I just have a headache. Not quite how I expected it to be, but familiar somehow. How bad is your headache? Dash A is unresponsive for 15 seconds. Can you elaborate on how you're feeling again? Dash A is unresponsive for a period of 35 seconds before collapsing on the table. Medical personnel are immediately alert and escort Dash A out the interview room and onto a stretcher. Dash A regains consciousness 19 seconds later, claiming that it had become lightheaded without warning due to embarrassment. If it has to be honest, it's feeling a little hot right now. End log. Did Dash A ever eat? Like, because I don't think this SP knows that like you should probably eat and sleep. End log. Dash A was not interviewed again for the 72 hours following this. After this point, it appeared to have successfully adapted to physical conditions and later regained its default behavioral patterns. Additional testing with D-Class personnel is pending reapproval by the Ethics Committee. So, it has a body now, but it still does the whole flotation thing. Show 5th, 13th, 2017 update. Here's the last one. Okay, here we go. On Addendum 5, on May 13th, 2017, SCP-3101 initiated digital contact through an editing window on the Foundation database with a Foundation record and analyst in communications were consistent with SCP-3101's typical behavior. The human instance of SCP-3101, now designated Dash A, claims to have no knowledge of this and does not appear to be affected by this development beyond voicing concern at the fact that there are duplicates of itself in existence. Yeah, that's what they were worried about, right? That like, oh yeah, if we get you out of there, there's probably still hundreds of you that exist. Following this development, Mu-4 has been dispatched once more with the goal of locating and containing all physical SCP-3101 instances, and the SCP-3101 document has been reverted to its previous iteration. Additional physical instances of SCP-3101 are to be either loaded onto the same computer and merged into one file or terminated, and containment procedures have been updated to reflect as such. Yeah, here. With the exception of Dash A, no human instance of SCP-3101 are permitted to exist, regardless of whether or not SCP-3101 instances individually express a desire for this. Following unforeseen complications, it was determined that SCP-3101 instances should not be allowed knowledge of the existence of Dash A. Further testing with Dash A is pending. Whew. Yeah, that was a long one again, eh? But we never really got an answer why it is so badly wants to be like horny around any of the Foundation members. It just kind of does. But we don't really have an answer like why. What we should be glad about though is the fact that it didn't try to do like any inappropriate things physically. Like it still talks inappropriately, but it didn't like, you know, touch you inappropriately. Oh hey Jack, welcome. I knew I saw like a purple name popping up. God, we read 2 SCPs and we only spent 2 hours. Yay. At least I know for sure that Afro isn't using SCP-3101 when he's not streaming. For research purposes, I will hang out. Of course you would. Yeah, of course I would not use SCP-3101. That would be weird. That would be weird. Like I said, that reminds me of the Reddit story from that I watched yesterday with Smosh about the girl who used ChatGPT to create a whole like sexual boyfriend, and it was on the work chat, on the like the shared work ChatGPT that everybody was using. So, and then like, you know, it also had moments of like it's like, hey, can you answer me this question? Like I'm curious about this, and it would do that, but then immediately like afterwards like dive into like sexual topics, and you're like, I don't want to talk about that. I'm here to work, man. I'm not here to like talk about sex and stuff like that. So I think it must be exhausting after like, you know, like maybe potentially like the 5th time to tell this SCP like, hey man, just stop being like, stop talking about this. Okay? We're here to do research. We're here to do work. We're not here to have sexual relationships with you. Especially because like now you got the void. Now you actually can eat, breathe, sleep, walk, stuff like that. So stop getting attached to the whole idea of like, you have to like constantly flirt with us. Stop. In the name of the law. I don't think I have anything like sound-wise that will work here. Oh well. Let's keep on going, guys.